Vegas Bartender Chronicles, Chapter 1, The Entitled Guest and the Water War. Content warning. This story contains strong language and adult themes. Reader discretion is advised. Imagine spending thousands of dollars on a luxury Vegas suite, expecting a weekend of high-class indulgence, only to end up banned for life, kicked out onto the strip with nowhere to go. And all of it over a single drink. Welcome to Vegas Bartender Chronicles, where I share the wildest stories from behind the bar in Sin City, Las Vegas. Saturday, September 7th, 2019. The moment I walked onto the floor, I could feel it. The energy, the anticipation, the unmistakable buzz of a Vegas weekend about to explode. The air was thick with the scent of expensive cologne and designer perfumes, mingling with the faint aroma of freshly cut citrus from the bar. People from all over the world filled the casino, their voices blending into the deep hum of conversation and the occasional burst of laughter. The bar was already packed. VIPs, high rollers, influencers, tourists, all gearing up for a long, expensive night. The sound of ice clinking against crystal glasses, the rhythmic shake of cocktails being mixed, the swipe of credit cards on the marble countertop. It was just another night in Vegas. Then he walked in. A younger guy, maybe mid to late 20s, approached the bar. He was well-dressed, but carried himself with the kind of impatience that bartenders recognize immediately. He leaned in, making direct eye contact, and said, "I need 4 drinks. Standard procedure. We're supposed to ask for ID if someone looks under 30. But everyone does their job differently. Me? I'm not willing to take the chance on guessing someone's age. That's an easy way to serve someone underage and get fired." I nodded and said, "Sure, sir. I just need to see your ID, please." Immediately, his whole demeanor shifted. He sighed loudly, rolled his eyes, and threw his hands up. "Man, I've been here for 3 fucking days, and you're the only one asking me for ID." I kept my voice calm. "Well, you look under 30, sir. I'm just doing my job." The bar was getting busier by the second. More people lining up, waitresses waving through the crowd, guests impatiently waving their credit cards. I didn't have time for an argument. "If you don't have ID, I'll move on to the next guest." That's when he snapped. "You a little bitch," he said before storming off, disappearing into the sea of people. I shook my head and moved on. Just another entitled guest thinking the rules didn't apply to him. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. A couple of minutes later, he was back. But this time, he brought backup. His mama. She marched up to the bar, arms crossed, irritation radiating from her like a storm cloud. "Why are you refusing to serve my son?" I kept my tone even. "Ma'am, I need to see ID, and he doesn't have it." She huffed, rolled her eyes just like her son had, and then ordered the drinks herself. I turned around to start making them, reaching for the bottles, pouring, mixing, focused on the task. When I turned back around to hand over the drinks, she was gone. And standing there, waiting to grab them, was him. I stared at him for a second, unable to stop myself from laughing. He really thought this was going to work. "Where's your mom?" I asked, smirking. He squared his shoulders and said, "She left. I'm taking the drinks." I shook my head. "Sir, once again, you cannot walk away with these drinks. You don't have ID, and I am on camera." His expression darkened. He muttered something under his breath, threw another insult my way, and stormed off again. A few minutes later, his mom returned even more irritated, paid with a room charge, grabbed the drinks and left. That should have been the end of it. But it wasn't. 5 minutes later, guess who's back? Same guy. This time, he's holding one of the drinks he'd gotten from his mom's order. He strolls up, places the glass on the bar, and says, "Let me get a glass of water." I sighed. "Sir, I can't serve you anything, including water, because you don't have ID. And technically, you're not even supposed to have that drink in your hand." His face turned red. He clenched his jaw, cursed me out again, and walked off. A moment later, another guest was asking for me at the bar.
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?